Welcome to this lesson. This is kind of the next in this series of symbolizing sentences lessons. And so last week you created sentences and added the symbols above them to show what kinds of words they are, what parts of speech those words are. And this week you're going to do the opposite. Now this is a little bit like a Mad Lib if you've ever done that. I'm going to give you some parts of speech that you have to use, and you can think of any words that you want to match those symbols. I'm going to show you some examples of what that looks like. Now, on this first sentence here, I see a verb, an article, noun, verb, article, noun. So remember, verbs an action word, an article kind of tells you, specifies the noun like or the. We got a noun as a person, place, or thing. A verb is an action, article, and noun. Let's see here. How about, so I'm going to use this space below it to write my sentence. I'm actually just going to paste the sentence that I had prepared earlier, so you don't have to sit here and watch me type. Write a sentence matching the grammar symbols. Okay, write is a verb. A is an article. Sentence is a noun. Matching is a verb. The is an article, and grammar symbols is a noun. Write a sentence matching the grammar symbols. So what we do here is step one, we identify what the parts of speech are, article. Now you'll see I've got them labeled to the left and the right of the material here. You can actually grab these too if you want to add them and change them. You can even change these sentences if you want to. But I encourage you to try symbolizing the sentences I've given you here. We're going to start with a simple one. So we start by identifying the part of speech. That's an article. That's a or the or an. And a noun. That's a thing or a person or a place. So I might start by just thinking of what is a person, place, or thing I want to write about. I'm going to write about, maybe I'll write about my sloth. Okay. So down here below that symbol, I'm going to write the word sloth. And, okay, there's my noun. And I'm going to use the space bar here to move it over. There we go, so it's underneath my grammar symbol. And I need an article. I have to say, is it a sloth? Is it the sloth? In this room, there's only one sloth, so I'm going to say it's the sloth. Now I have a bit too much space. I'm actually going to take out a couple of those spaces, and there. Now I've symbolized, or actually rather I've sentenced those symbols. I've created a sentence to go with those grammar symbols. The sloth. Let's take a look at this this next little Mad Lib here. Now again, we have a noun, person, place, or thing, and this time we have what is that dark blue triangle? I'm going to look over here. It's an adjective. What is an adjective? An adjective is a describing word. Now, if you're not sure about what the parts of speech mean, I am going to include here a review of the parts of speech as well in another video that'll be right below this one. So if you need to review the parts of speech, I'd watch that video first, and that's really going to get you prepared to do this work. It has been a couple weeks since we've done that. So let's see here. We've got, I'll just use sloth again, although I encourage you to mix it up. Actually, I will mix it up because that's what I really encourage you to do. So let's see here. I'm surrounded by all these great books. So I'm going to write about a book here. So I'm going to start with my thing. I'm going to say book. There we go. And let's see here. I need this in the middle. Okay, there we go. Book. Now, what kind of book? What kind of books are they? They're great books. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say great books, and I need an article. So is it the great books or those great? I'm going to say it's the great books. It could be a great book if it was just one book, but I have lots of great books around me here. That's what I'm going to write. The great books. Cool. I like that sentence. The great books. Now, this material is designed so that as you progress, it becomes more difficult. And I encourage you to try moving through this material here as far as you can go, and you'll see it starts out pretty simple, and the further along you go, the more challenging it gets. So yeah, started with these kind of simple symbols, and you'll see on the left-hand side the slides. You can move through them, and they become more difficult as you go. So start simple, and see just how far you can get. Can you make a sentence for all of the symbol strips here? These are called symbol strips, by the way, these little strips that have symbols on them. And if you find something that is really challenging, or that if you get kind of stuck, ask a friend, ask someone in the house to give you a hand. You can also reach out to me, of course, during office hours. Or you can try, if you get really close to having a sentence that you really want to do, you can also, swap out one of those symbols, and, you can grab a verb. Maybe you need a verb in here. The great books, fell. I don't know what that sentence would be, but if you get stuck, you can always be a little bit creative here too. I don't want to limit you to only what we have here. You can always be a bit creative as well. Can't wait to see the sentences you come up with. This truly can be one of the funniest works that we do all year. So do have a sense of humor. Try to be creative. Try to be clever. And if you can, be funny, because we always need a little more humor in the world, right? All right. Well, look forward to reading them, and talk to you soon.